guys.
Hey everyone.
Hey
everybody.
Hey everybody.
What's up, guys?
Hey guys. Hey, happy Friday, friends. Jake here from McLean Prez, coming at you from my backyard. I'm so excited to kick us off today with the first of our daily devotions that we'll be walking through together over the next few weeks. Below in the information section, right above the comments, you'll see a link for today's devotional. There's going to be a passage there, some questions to think through as you read through that passage. And I'd really encourage you to read this from God's Word. The Bible is God's Word. It's from God, it's about God, and it is true. I'm in my backyard right now because I'm getting my yard ready for spring. And part of that is getting my garden ready. And this is part of my garden right here. It's too cold still to plant in Virginia, but I still need to get the soil ready to plant. I need to get all these old weeds out. I need to till up the ground, cultivate it, add some nutrients so that once I do plant, the soil will be ready for planting those seeds. In this morning's devotional, we're going to read a parable from Jesus about someone who is planting seeds. And Jesus was a good teacher. He was a great teacher. Jesus was the greatest teacher of all time. And he often told stories in his teaching. And these stories are commonly called parables. In other words, these stories conveyed a truth by talking about real life in ways that were familiar to the listener. So let's go to Mark chapter 4, verse 1 to set up this scene. Mark chapter 4, verse 1. Again, he began to teach beside the sea, and a very large crowd gathered about him, so that he got into a boat and sat in it on the sea, and the whole crowd was beside the sea on the land. So Jesus was surrounded by a crowd on the shore of this sea, and he wants the crowd to be able to hear his teaching. So he gets into a boat, he rows out a little bit from shore, and the crowd gathers on the shoreline. His voice can be heard clearly across the still waters, and he begins to tell a story. And in this parable, Jesus tells the story of a farmer who scattered seed all around his land. And some seed lands on a path and is eaten up by birds. Some falls on this really rocky soil where it's kept from growing deep roots and ends up withering in the sun. And some seed lands among thorns and is choked. And finally, some seed lands on good soil where it produces abundant fruit. And Jesus later explains to his disciples that the seed that lands on the path and is eaten by the birds is representative of those who don't allow Jesus' message to penetrate their hearts, leaving the message to be picked away by Satan. The rocky soil represents those who like what they hear and receive it for a moment, but because of their shallow faith and understanding, they fall away when trials come their way. And then the thorn and weed-infested soil points to those who believe but who allow worldly cares and desires to smother their faith that was once lively. And then finally, the good soil that bears much fruit, represents those who hear and follow Christ's message. Again, I'd really encourage you to read the passage in the link below, answer the question. The Bible is God's word. It is from God, it's about God, and it's true. And then after you read the passage and answer the questions, if you're up for it, spend some time in prayer about what you've read. That's it from me today. Come back tomorrow because we're going to have a brand new devotional for you then. Love you guys.